What if that happened and we broke that into a month? So you got 3 this month, 10 months from now you're at $451,000 a month. Now let's say you're 10% successful. That's not bad, $45,000 a month. Would that change a few people's economic situation? Would that change maybe the way you look at a few things, maybe you can go back and do the electronics and stuff that you'd like to do? That's the way I look at it. It gives you options. What's that?
Or have the airplane.
Or go crash a $3,000 airplane.
Or
It wouldn't hurt so much.
That's my ultimate goal, is the real airplane.
Really?
There you go. That's a great goal. Or let's say you're 1% successful and you get $4,500 a month. Still life-changing. If you really think about it. If you had that? If you knew 10 months from now you get $4,500 a month, would you change the way you talk to people about this? If you knew without a doubt that you're going to be making $4,500 a month in 10 months, how fast does that go? In today, I think we all can say that a month goes by just like that. 6 months is just like that. I remember they're talking about hurricanes and things like that, and you're going like, that was 2 years ago, or that was 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So let's break that down into really, really little bits, so that we can really define this a little bit. Let's say that you went out this month and got one. Does anybody here think you couldn't get one this month? Tell me, raise your hand if you don't think you could get one this month. No hands raised. So everybody thinks they could get one this month. You talk to enough people, make a list, and get at least one. At the end of the month, how many would we have? I'd have myself and one, right? So we'd have 2 people. And next month, you go out and get one. Now we're breaking it down small. End of the month, you got 4 people. Everybody goes out and gets one the next month. 8. 1 year from today, or 12 months later, you'd have 1,248 people. And this comp plan that's over $6,000 a month residual income, 12 months from now. Broke it down into probably the littlest I could break it down into. See, now would you stay with a plan and a goal if you broke it down into even the littlest concept that you can think of? Absolutely. But you have to keep focused. You have to have the vision like Kevin does. I mean, that's, you have to keep it focused. You have to keep the vision. Let's break that into transmission shops. ASE certified for many years. My hands don't get greasy anymore. That's kind of a cool thing. But I opened up my first transmission franchise. It took me 9 banks before I got one to believe in me. Resumes get better. I had one of the national guys came out, went to the banks. I finally got a bank that believed in me. I actually was working for a company managing a transmission shop, and we had it #1 in the nation in a short matter of time. So I could prove that my steps of what I did, but a bank to lay out $150,000 is hard to do. So let's say $150,000 later. Whoops. Now what are you? You're married to the job. 20 hours a day, 7 days a week for a year before you can what? Hire a manager. Am I very far off, Gus?
You're right on the dot.
Exactly. So but isn't that the American dream? You want to own your business. That's what everybody thinks. You want to own my own business. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm good to go. So 6 years later, you pay it off. Wow, you're gonna have a celebration, drink some infusions, and I paid off my business. Now I can go out and buy some more, which I did. So, but the bottom line of it is, what I'm bringing up is $150,000. The mandatory 3 weeks of training. You think I went to training? Of course. You put out $150,000. Now let's fast forward that to Effusion. Less than $200 to join the company. Less than $200 a month to maintain that business. And guess what? If you're an employee and have a job, that's also now 100% write-off. And by accounting terms, you can write off way more than that. In other words, you make more than what you paid just to have that home-based business by taking that off your deductions and taxes. Well, now let's put in that perspective. My transmission shops combined and my automotive service center, 4 transmission shops, automotive service center, combined couldn't pay out what Effusion pays for less than $200 because the comp plan that they have is unequal to anything out there. There's nothing out there that can even come close to equaling what we can pay out. One position can pay out $668,000 a month. Not a year, a month. Residual income. My shops combined couldn't come close to that. So the reason I say that is because less than $200, I mean, I'll ask somebody, do you think, less than $200 is a lot to pay for a business? No. Do you think paying less than $200 a month to maintain a business is a lot? No. In fact, we got to drink our business. We got to stay healthy with it. You need those antioxidants to combat the free radicals that are eating up our bodies anyhow. Transmission shop, one of them, not four of them. My advertising was $2,000 a week per shop, minimum. That was my minimum. I spent more than that per week on each shop just to maintain it. So over, what's that come out to? $8,000 a shop just to maintain it for advertising. And then I tell people, so how much is too much? Less than $200 to maintain it. So it's that vision. You got to think long term. That's why I was stretching that out to that 10 months, 12 months for everybody. Think long term, and you can make it happen. But you got to put the vision there. You got to believe it, and you got to understand how that overlapping matrix works and what it can do. Anything you want to add to that, Kevin?